Hey, quick question. If you support the Democratic Party, can you tell me what you think their fucking plan is? Because I think I know what their plan is, and it's really fucked up. And so I don't support them, but you support them, right? You support the Democratic Party. So what the fuck is their plan? What is their plan that you think is worth supporting? Sure, they'll say that they need to win the House and the Senate and the presidency and eventually appoint all of the Supreme Court judges. Sure, they'll say that, but two issues with that. They don't have a plan to win all of those things. They just are saying they're gonna. And two, they're not telling us what the plan is to do when they have all of those things. And the interesting thing is, you have to have the second thing first. The only way for a party to win their elections is if they have a clear idea of what they are going to do with the power that they are asking to be given. But they aren't telling us fucking anything. Sure, they're saying that they're going to do better than what Republicans are going to do. They're saying that they're going to do better than what Trump can do. Sure. And honestly, they probably would. However, they're not even promising to put Trump on trial. They're not even running on making sure he sees justice for the damage he's done to our country and also all of, the child assault that he's done. They're not even running on making their villain see any amount of justice. They're just saying he's a villain and we'll do our thing. Does that sound like a plan to you? Does that sound like they have any fucking idea what they are doing? Because I don't think it does. I mean, let's look at Zoran Mamdani, shall we? He said he was going to make the city affordable by making sure that there was free childcare, that buses were fast and free, and that there were going to be available city run grocery stores, as well as a whole lot of other good stuff like a rent freeze and making New York City Trump proof by increasing taxes on the wealthy in order to reduce their reliance on federal funds. That's a fucking plan right there. And the dude's been in office for less than a month and has already achieved more than many mayors achieved in their entire term. Almost like if you articulate a clear vision before you ever get into office, then you have a clear plan to enact change on day fucking one. Now, let me ask you this. Are you aware of any Democratic candidates that do not consider themselves to be socialist, that are putting forward a fucking plan? And if you are aware of someone who is not a socialist putting forward actual plans, ask yourself, are those plans addressing the needs of the people that they need to vote for them? Are there plans involving making sure that the government can't come into their communities with guns to kill them? Are they making sure of that? Are they making sure that the people who are being given funds and weapons to do those sorts of activities don't have any more funds and don't have any more weapons? Is that part of their fucking plan? Or is their plan to give those people more money and more guns and just say, hey, please use them better? But let's zoom out, shall we? Let's zoom out a little bit more. Does their plan involve making sure that there's single payer health care? Because that's the only actual fucking way that there's enough bargaining power in the market to bring these healthcare costs. Because so long as you and I have to use market forces on a thing that we literally can't survive if we do not pay for, turns out there's no way to bring those prices down without that option, because that's how every fucking other country has done it. So yeah, maybe does their plan have that? Maybe that's really fucking important that their plan has that. Or how about we look at the fact that there's a fucking climate crisis and that we are running out of breathable air and drinkable water. And maybe fucking maybe their plan should involve something radical to head that off. Maybe continuing to give more money to the companies that are causing the fucking crisis in the first place is a bad plan. So we should really fucking guarantee that their policies do not give these companies more money, right? If we could at least agree that they shouldn't get more. And you know what? Maybe, while we are living in a country where people are going homeless every fucking day, and while people are starving to death and freezing to death and dying of preventable illnesses due to lack of healthcare, fucking maybe we shouldn't be sending billions of dollars across the globe to countries who are committing genocide with our tax dollar, who do actually enjoy the sort of welfare benefits that make sure that their citizens aren't going homeless and dying of preventable illnesses. Do you think that maybe fucking that should be in their plan too? That they don't send more money to genocide while we're fucking starving on the streets? Because if you are listening to this and you're getting upset as someone who supports the Democratic Party, understand that there are people who are more than willing to be your representatives in the Democratic elections, who actually do have a fucking plan. And yes, they're going to mention that they probably consider themselves to be socialist, or hell, some of them might be considered communists or anarchists even. But they're willing to show up and represent you, and they're actually going to put forth plans that let you fucking live. And so maybe the words socialism or communism, maybe those words aren't the important thing for you to worry about. Maybe these policies that actually fucking affect your life and everyone else's, maybe those are the important things. Maybe having a plan for those things should be what's actually important when selecting candidates.